Welcome back, everyone. Today, I'm going to be discussing the strange, spooky enigma that is Wild Water Rescue and Other Engine Adventures. So, why is this Thomas and Friends DVD such a strange one? Well, come along and I will show you. Wild Water Rescue and Other Engine Adventures is a DVD released in the US as a Target exclusive in June 2015. Afterwards, it was re-released widely in February in 2017. This DVD includes one 19th series episode as the DVD's namesake. Despite being released around the time of the 19th series, it includes 5 episodes from the 16th series. Yeah, this is pretty strange. These episodes consist of Thomas and the Sounds of Sodor, Percy and the Calliope, Happy Birthday, Sir, Percy and the Monster of Brendam, and Bust My Buffers. What is even more strange is that none of these episodes relate to the central theme of the DVD, which is the rescue team. So these episodes are very strange inclusions. The 16th series aired 3 years before the 19th, so I have no idea why they included these episodes instead of some more recent ones. The 13th through 16th series is what Thomas fans refer to as the Miller era, since the majority of the episodes were written by Sharon Miller. Let's just say they were, well, dumb.
I make good decisions, that's what I was told. I will not be fearful, I'll be brave and bold.
The 17th through 21st series are known as the Brenner era, for the same reason as the Miller era. The episodes were a lot better and much less nonsensical. This wasn't the only change, however. There was a new animation team assigned to the show, Arc Productions. Their animation was a lot brighter and smoother. It is so perplexing how and why they included episodes from different eras and animation teams together in the same DVD. It is one of the only, if not the only, DVD to do this. Allow me to sum up these episodes. Wild Water Rescue. This is a pretty normal, pretty decent episode. Percy is delivering the mare to the event at the Sodor Search and Rescue Center in honor of their 1,000th for making 1,000 rescues. However, on his way, Diesel tricks Percy and sends him to the old quarry. Percy gets stuck and Diesel takes the mare instead. Percy is actually kind of stupid in this episode. What did he expect to happen?
Mr. Mayor! It's Percy! I've come to take you to the Search and Rescue Center! Oh, Mr. Mayor!
Hello?
Diesel does eventually try to save him, though. This episode is okay, nothing too special happens, but I like how we see Diesel starting to become nicer instead of always being devious. Thomas and the Sounds of Sodor. This episode is a boring, silly Miller-era episode. Thomas brings a great composer around the island trying to show him the sounds of Sodor. He tries to stop any engine he sees from making noise in order for the composer to not be disturbed. However, he eventually realizes that the engines are the sounds of Sodor. This episode is kind of mediocre, but it's better than most 13th, 14th, and 15th series. Nothing too special here. Except at the end at the concert, literally every engine's whistle is out of pitch. Percy and the Calliope. In this episode, Percy tries to get a Calliope to work while taking scrap to the scrapyard with Diesel. This episode sucks. Percy is dumb like usual, and we get the boring, stereotypical Diesel being mean. Wow, that's 2 Percy and Diesel episodes. However, the song that the Calliope eventually plays is Thomas's classic theme remade, and wow, it is a great callback. That's pretty much all I have to say about this episode. Happy birthday, sir. It is Sir Topham Hatt's birthday, and he asks Thomas to show Winston around the island. Thomas hears a story of Sir Topham Hatt, used to ride in a special carriage every year on his birthday. Thomas shows Winston around the island while Winston tries to sneak away and try to find the carriage. Eventually, Winston does find the old carriage and has it repaired so that Sir Topham Hatt can ride it as a birthday surprise. This is actually quite a good episode. I like how we see a bit of Sir Topham Hatt's history here. It is also one of Winston's only speaking roles. Seriously, this guy appears in every movie in like all the seasons, but he only speaks 5 times. This is a pretty good episode. That's all. Percy and the Monster of Brendam. While waiting for a delivery at the docks, Percy hears Salty tell a story of the Monster of Brendam, and he goes around the island trying to find said monster. This episode is meh. There are a few redeeming qualities, though. At one point, Percy mistakes Diesel for the monster, and somehow Diesel's line,
"Who's calling me a monster?"
made me laugh. He is essentially saying, Percy, you're stupid. I like how self-aware the show can be sometimes, but geez, this is like the third Percy and Diesel episode. The rest of it kinda sucks. When I heard Salty say that the monster is tall and it creaks, I immediately knew it was Cranky, so for most of the episode I was waiting for Percy to realize this too. Boring episode. Bust my buffers. This episode is actually pretty good. When Gordon loses his buffer beam, he has to put his pride aside and use a big diesel buffer instead. I love how, for once, we see Gordon suck it up and put his usefulness over his ego. This shows some nice character development. I also like how he actually learns to be proud of his buffer, instead of hiding it. I'd say it's a good episode. So that does it for the episodes. Now I am going to talk about what I like to call the intermission segments. Between the episodes are small learning shorts that you would expect to see in any DVD made around this era. We have a Calling All Engines segment for Hero and Flynn, a quiz by the Earl with 2 questions regarding Thomas and the emergency cable and James to the rescue, Who's That Engine with Spencer, Story Time with Mr. Perkins, with Thomas and Gordon as the story, and a postcard of Knapford Station. Whew, that was a lot, but these extra features are nice to see between episodes. However, the enigma really begins when you check out the bonus features. This is where the DVD gets really whack. So first up, we have some Guess Who puzzles, but puzzles would be incorrect. There is actually only one, and it is everyone's favorite tank engine, Samson. Excuse me, what? He doesn't even appear in any of these episodes. What the heck? The only trace of him we see is in the teaser for Dinos and Discoveries in the trailers. I guess it was included for promotion since that DVD was released earlier in the year, but the fact that it includes a character that wasn't even seen? Such a weird choice that wasn't even necessary. The next bonus feature is a Down by the Station segment with Mr. Perkins. These are always nice to see. I like the reality factor that these DVDs show. This specific feature is about how steam engines make steam. Pretty cool, pretty cool. However, this next feature is probably the strangest decision ever made since, well, I would say Big World, Big Adventures, but that hasn't happened yet as of when this DVD was made, but that's beside the point. Let me just get to my point. The song included in the DVD is Determination, the model era song with model era footage in a CGI DVD. Yes, this exists. This is the only CGI DVD to have this property. The most confusing part about this decision is that a CGI version of the song was made for the 13th series. It included the same music video, but with CGI footage. And you can't say they couldn't include it because, oh, it was from a different era of animation. Because all the episodes in this DVD are from that era, save for one. This is so baffling. I am still struggling to wrap my brain around the fact that model content is included in a CGI DVD. When I got this DVD from the library about a year ago now, I selected the Determination song because I think it slaps, but when I saw that opening shot of James and Edward puffing through Marin from the 8th series, my jaw dropped. I was in shock for the entire music video. So much, in fact, that I never enjoyed the song, so I played it again right afterward. I will never understand this decision. Wrapping this review up, I want to leave a few finishing thoughts. I want to say that this DVD is so unique and odd, and one of the strangest I have ever seen. I do have one theory. This DVD was originally made as a Target exclusive, mostly promotional. It did get quite a bit of merchandise based off of it. So they threw together a bunch of older stuff paired up with a new episode and called it a day. They didn't make many new things for the DVD, only a new episode, and then lazily paired it up with old stuff to promote merchandise. And I guess in their haste to do that, they accidentally used the model era footage for the song Determination instead of the one from the 13th series. I don't know why they didn't change anything upon the re-release in 2017, but it's Mattel, and they're lazy.
I'm a really lazy engine.
2017 was a bumpy year for them anyway. The main thing that inspired me to make this video was the Determination song. I'm still trying to process this. Practically the only new thing to this DVD is the single titular episode. And that doesn't make for a very good thing to base your DVD off of. But who cares, since it made millions in merch.